All right, here we go. Can you mute? No, don't mute. How are you, everybody? Good evening. It is Tuesday, March 24, 2020. I'm Dave Guerra. How are you? Thanks for stopping by. Thank you. It's Tuesday, and let's have a chat about leadership for Tuesday, March 24th, 2020. And again, I'm Dave Guerra. Let's have a chat about leadership is the show where I remind you that everyone is either a leader or a future leader. That's it. So that's what this show is about. So tonight's topic, leadership in the news, COVID-19, rumors, communication, crisis management. Actually, that was last week's last one, and I just changing it up just a little bit. And actually, according to the show notes, we're talking about the supply chain. There we go. The supply chain. And there it is. Supply chains, crisis management. Good evening, good afternoon. All right, so COVID-19, that's it. It's the hot topic. It's changed the whole world. Everything is up on its ear, and yet it's only at the back end, at the final end of the supply chain where we have issues. Nothing is shut down. Nothing has been affected to the point that they cannot deliver. As a matter of fact, I was reading this story today, how truckers are loving this. 18-wheelers, drivers of 18-wheelers, how they're loving the shutdown, and everybody stay at home and all of that. Why? Because it allows them to navigate through the highways, byways, interstates, side roads, back roads. It just allows them to travel unrestricted. It allows them to get from point A to point B a little bit faster. And folks at the grocery store, you want your stuff to get there a little bit faster. So the supply chain is looking good. The supply chain is looking good. Food is still growing. Food is still growing. Cattle still being raised. Hogs are still being raised. Citrus is still growing on the trees. It doesn't stop. So understand that the supply chain's okay. The supply chain's okay. Now, the toilet paper supply chain, it's still okay. It's just, again, once it hits people at the back end, at the end of the line, individuals just go a little too, just a little bonkers about the whole situation. That's not a good thing. There we go. Let me do this. I need to fix, you see I had to come back, set up the rig back to the old setup, and so I need to adjust accordingly. Oops, there we go. See, the moment I start doing something, it all goes horribly wrong. Oh, well, there we go. Alrighty. So, oh my goodness. Oh, there we go. Finally. Okay, so, yeah, I had to move back because someone moved home. So that's what happens. But again, that's part of life. That's what we do. That's what family does. And it's okay. Everybody's got to make, sacrifices. And in some cases, the sacrifice means you don't have to hoard. Stop with the hoarding. Stop. It's going to be okay. It really is. It's fine. Everything's fine. They never said that because of the corona, toilet paper was not going to be produced anymore. No one ever said that. Same thing with milk, eggs, cheese, soups, ramen. Now you're hitting home. But again, what I'm getting at here is look at what's going on. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. As leaders, you have to ensure that you are stressing to everybody that everything's fine. It's an illness, it's a sickness, but it is not impacting the supply chain. All the logistics are still underway. All the logistics are still functioning normally. There's still airplanes in the skies. There's still boats in the waters. There's still trains on the tracks. There's still 18-wheelers on the roads. I have yet to hear of a large chain grocery store shutting down. Everything's fine. But again, people want to make it more. People want to make it about themselves. And as leaders, it's not about themselves. As leaders, it's about others. It's about ensuring that there's enough for everyone and ensuring that as leaders, we work to instill the calm, the cool, calm collectiveness. It's when we don't do that, that quickly individuals are quick to spot on that, hone in on that, and they're quick to act on that. So it's when we lose the control, when we stop losing our cool, or when we lose our cool, when we are no longer calm and we're reactive and we're being reactive, that's when the problem happens. that is when the problems begin, because people are going to be quick to pick up on the negativity. The positivity, though, that's going to take a while. That takes a while. But as a leader, this is your moment now to show what you're made of. This is your opportunity as a leader to show the world, to show your people, your followers, the people you're responsible for, what you're made of. And this is the time where you start creating those future leaders, the future leaders in that they see that, hey, look, this individual has her stuff together. She's remains calm throughout the storm. She can actually stop and smell the rain while the storm's all about her. And as leaders, we need those are the kind of leaders we need. And those are the kind of leaders we need to emulate. Those are the kind of leaders we need to aspire to be. We need to be the ones that remain calm while everybody else is just, because as soon as they see one person is calm, another person is going to calm down, and it just starts exponentially, and that's just the way it is. So we've got to work hard, folks. That's it. It's not negotiable. We have to work hard, because these are times that are going to be difficult, but they're going to get better. We're already starting to see a little bit better. I didn't mention it, and I kind of alluded to it. I'm starting to see on. So that could just be the beginning of the tipping point to say, okay, things are starting to return to normal. I'm finding it a little bit easier now to schedule curbside pickup at my local grocery store. Again, something I couldn't do this time last week, now I can do. I mean, it's going to take a while before my appointment time comes up, but what the thing is now it's taking a little bit longer before it starts filling up. Now it's starting to slow down, and there we go. So again, as leaders, the aspects and insights of looking at the supply chain, looking at what's going on, ensuring that you remain calm, looking at this whole crisis situation, is that it's evolving, that it is constantly evolving, that it's changing day by day, hour by hour, but we still have to remain calm as leaders. We have to look for those leaders that are calm, collected, and remain so throughout all the nonsense, from the beginning to the end. And there is where we're going to get through it, because we start seeing our leadership being cool, calm, collective, level-headed, and then we start responding and reacting the same way. And folks, that's really it. Team members, look at it. Look to see who the calm ones are. Don't look for the ones that are panicking. Stay away from the ones that are panicking. They're just going to lead you. They're going to take you on a long walk off a short pier. It's just that simple. It is just that simple. They're the ones that are the sky is falling and everything else is like, forget it. There's nothing going to save us. No, stay away from those individuals. That negativity is definitely going to take you nowhere. That negativity is not going to lead you down the proper path. That negativity is not what a leader makes. So as a team member, ensure that you're going out and you're looking for those leaders, even if it's somebody who is not your direct leader. If it's somebody who you thought was a leader and now they're running around with their head cut off, crying, the sky is falling, and you don't sign up for that. You don't want that. Well, guess what? It's time to look for somebody who can deliver the cool, calm, collected, think things through, 360-degree being, head on a swivel, looking at everything. But again, thinking things through, delivering, leading, guiding, managing, directing, but not dictating. This is not a time for dictators, folks. This is a time for leaders, and this is a time where future leaders start to come to their own, and this is the time where you start looking to see who in your organization the next real true leader is. You start looking into that, and you start deciding, hey, look, that's a leader. That's somebody we can work with. That person back there, leaning up against the wall, see him? That individual, that might just be the next cool, calm, collected leader you're looking for. So again, get out there and find somebody. Training, can this be trained? Can this be applied in some kind of training aspect? Yes, it can. Yes, it can. Simulations, practice. And now we're in the middle of this. Now we've got to put all of that, all of those skills, every skill we've ever learned, every skill we've ever practiced, we're taught. Now is the time to put that into put it into play, put it into use, make it and use a real world practical application. It's when you've taken those skills that you were taught and you keep them to yourself, or you decide, no, this is not the time. Guess what? This is now the time. How many of you know how to start a fire on your own with flint and steel? Exactly. Oh, well, I knew how to do it back then. And guess what? Now's the time, because that just shows that you know how to sustain yourself. You know how to take care of yourself. Who here knows how to build a shelter out of, just going into the woods, and in 30 minutes you have the basic shelter. In one day you've got a palace. Exactly. Now's the time, because again, it shows that you know how to sustain yourself. It knows how to, you know how to take care of yourself in rough situations. It shows that, hey, you can still do it. And now it's time to teach somebody else, because that creates a sense of confidence. That creates a sense of, well, a spirit of, that's right, success, motivation, inspiration, and respect. And that is truly what a leader is someone who can go ahead and give them something. Because even if it has nothing to do with the situation we're in now, I guarantee you at one point, somebody's going to say, hey, does anybody here know how to start a fire? And trust me, the fire starters, those are your leaders. Listen, everyone, I want to thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and like the video and subscribe to me every day, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. I'm online. Weekends, I'm online. And podcast, everything else. I do little writing as well. So like, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have yourself a great evening. I will be back, not tomorrow, because I'm doing the sports show with my brother, but what sports is there to talk about? But that's for a different story. That's for a different video. I'll be back on Thursday. We'll talk about lessons in leadership. In the meantime, have a good evening. Stay safe. Be good to one another. Be safe. And let's quit with the panic buying. And time to stay calm. The staying calm time is now. So listen, take care. Peace.